Hello, today we're going to be looking at expanding triple brackets. This is a higher tier topic only, so if you're doing GCSE Foundation tier Maths, then don't worry about this video. The objective here is to expand three brackets. So for example, if we have x plus 1 times x plus 4 times 3x minus 2. So the method we're going to use to do this is to only expand two brackets at a time. So if we have a times b times c, firstly we're going to expand a with b, we're going to simplify it, and then we're going to finally multiply the result by c, simplify our answer, and then we're done. So here's an example. So in this case, we're doing x plus 1 times x plus 2 times x plus 3. So step 1 is to just pick any two brackets. So the two that I always choose are the first two. But you don't have to do the first two, you can do the last two, or you can do the first one and the last one, but it's probably just easier to do either the first two or the last two. So we have x plus 1 times x plus 2. So we're going to use our FOIL method to expand that out. So x times x is x squared, x times 2 is 2x, 1 times x is x, and 1 times 2 is 2. So then we're going to simplify this. So simplifying this, we end up with x squared plus 3x plus 2. So now what we're going to do, which is different to the previous ones where we only had double brackets, is we're now going to multiply the result by x plus 3. So we've got x squared plus 3x plus 2, and we're multiplying that all by x plus 3. So firstly, we're going to do x squared times x and x squared times 3. Then we're going to do 3x times x and 3x times 3. And then we're going to do 2 times x and 2 times 3. So x squared times x is x cubed, and x squared times 3 is 3x squared. 3x times x is 3x squared, and 3x times 3 is 9x. And then finally 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 3 is 6. So we've got that long expression there, so we need to simplify it. So if we collect the like terms, we end up with x cubed plus 6x squared plus 11x plus 6. And that is the answer to that question. So here's another example. So this one is pretty much the same as the previous one. It just has a minus sign in this example, so x minus 1. So again, we're going to pick two brackets. So I'm going to pick the first two. So I'm going to do x minus 1 times x plus 4. So x times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. Minus 1 times x is minus 1x. And minus 1 times 4 is minus 4. So now we need to simplify that. So that becomes x squared plus 3x minus 4. And then finally, we're going to multiply the result by x plus 2. So we have x squared plus 3x minus 4 times x plus 2. So we're going to do x squared times x and x squared times 2. We're going to do 3x times x and 3x times 2. And then we're going to do minus 4 times x and minus 4 times 2. So x squared times x is x cubed, and x squared times 2 is 2x squared. 3x times x is 3x squared, and 3x times 2 is 6x. Minus 4 times x is minus 4x, and minus 4 times 2 is minus 8. So if we simplify that, we end up with x cubed, and then we have plus 5x squared, and then we have plus 2x, and then we have minus 8 on the end. Okay? So this example here is just worded slightly differently. So we've got x plus 5 all cubed. So when we're cubing something, we're timesing it by itself 3 times. So x plus 5 cubed is the exact same as x plus 5 times x plus 5 times x plus 5. So like before, we're going to pick two brackets and we're going to expand them. So if we do x plus 5 and x plus 5, because that's the only choice we have. So x plus 5 times x plus 5 is x squared plus 5x plus 5x plus 25. And that simplifies down to x squared plus 10x plus 25. and then we're going to multiply that all by x plus 5. So we've got x squared plus 10x plus 25 times by x plus 5. So we're going to do x squared times x and x squared times 5, giving us x cubed plus 5x squared. And then we're going to do 10 times x and 10 times 5, giving us 10x squared and 50x. And then we're going to do 25 times x and 25 times 5, giving us 25x plus 125. So our final answer is x cubed plus 15x squared plus 75x plus 125. So here's an exam style question on this topic. So the exam style questions on this topic are quite straightforward if you know the method. So we're going to expand and simplify x plus 2, x plus 5, x minus 1. So pick two brackets. So let's do the first two. So we might have, we have x plus 2 times x plus 5. So expanding that, we end up with x squared plus 5x plus 2x plus 10, which simplifies down to x squared plus 7x plus 10. And we're going to times this by x minus 1. So we've got x squared plus 7x plus 10 times x minus 1. So that comes out as x cubed if we do x squared times x, minus x squared if we do x squared times minus 1. Plus 7x squared if we do 7x times x, and then minus 7x if we do 7x times minus 1, and then plus 10x if we do 10 times x, and then minus 10 if we do 10 times minus 1. So if we simplify that, we get x cubed, and then we've got minus 1x squared plus 7x squared, so that is going to be plus 6x squared, minus 7 plus 10, so that's 3x, and then minus 10 is on the end. So for 2 marks, that is the answer to that question. 2 marks might be a bit undergenerous. Sometimes you might get 3 marks for this question. So 2 free marks. It's quite prescriptive. It's quite, if you know the method, you should be okay to answer this question, and you don't really want to be losing marks on a question like this. Okay, so here are some quick fire practice questions on this topic. So pause the video if you want to have a go at these, and I'll show the answers in a short moment. Okay, so well done if you had a go at those. I've put the answers down here. Well done if you managed to get them all right, but if you didn't, then maybe go back to this video to see where you went wrong. So yeah, that's everything for this video. Next time we're going to be looking at factorising.